Men and women join the military to serve their country. They represent strength, courage, survival, and hope for all Americans. They will fight until the end to secure America's safety, jeopardize their lives, sacrifice family time, and devote their hearts to serve the United States. When civilians decide to go to boot camp or decide to serve their country, are they looking for some kind of benefits?
Okay. Again, I'm gonna speak on me. I had a good job before I went to the military. I served in 2 branches, by the way. That's why both times I went to the reserves, because I still wanted to have my little job on the side. The only reason I went to the military had nothing to do with money. I was already making good money in my civilian job. I just wanted a military component. That's it. It had nothing to do with serving the country. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted military training, and I wanted to grab that training and come out and help the community, which I'm doing to this day. It had nothing to do with some benefits. I was already benefits. If you know, in the reserves, you go to boot camp, then you go do your training, then you come back home and go to work, and just do your training once a month with whatever unit you was assigned to. Now, that was when originally I joined the Navy just so I can do that. But I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to be a Marine. I was like, okay, I gotta feel how this Navy stuff is. That, in my opinion, I was looking for more of a challenge. So I knew I could get that in the Marine Corps. I didn't go to the Army because it's just common. Anybody, I mean, what it takes, and that's no offense, what it takes to become a Marine, it doesn't take that in the Army. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, look, I want to be a part of a respected branch that's known for discipline and fighting. You know, I remember when I came home and told my mother that I want to get back in the military and I want to go in the Marines. She said, what? I said, yeah, I want to go back in the Marines. She said, well, hey, you know, they ain't like the Navy. Because they remember me when I came home from Navy boot camp, you know, walking through the hood with my Navy, we call them the Cracker Jacks, you know, walking through the hood with that on, you know, everybody was happy. But my friend downstairs named Darryl Reese told me about being a Marine, because he was a Marine. He fought in Somalia. And whatever he said, I went and found me a Marine Corps recruiter. Now take mine, I went to boot camp at age 28. Everybody that went to boot camp with me at that time was 18 and 19. So it was already said, oh, you ain't gonna make it, man. You ain't gonna make it, man. This is Marine Corps. This ain't no Army, Navy boot camp. Well, actually, they call it basic training. So I said, no, I want to be a Marine. And sure enough, it was rough. But I always told myself, I'm not going back to the hood, and I'm not a Marine, because they waiting on me to say, man, he didn't make it. They was waiting. I knew it. Because everybody knew when they hear Marines, it's a big deal. You understand what I'm saying? So I made it through boot camp and graduated at the top of my class. And when I got back home, I liked it so much, I didn't go back to my civilian job for a little bit. They had to hold my job, obviously. And I ended up getting brought on active duty here in Houston at the Reserve Center. And from there, we got deployed the first time. So, I mean, it's a long story, but.
Military training was first introduced in 1888 at the Elmira Reformatory in New York. The reformatory was a place where criminals were kept incarcerated. They developed a military training program in order to add discipline within the inmates and organization in the facility. The program consists of manual training, schooling, and strict schedules. The former inmates and the inmates at the time were transitioned to non-commissioned officers. In order to keep the military organized, they decided to replace the inmate officers with civilian guards. During World War I, the inmate officers signed up to fight in the war, and the remaining inmates at El Amara were trained for war.
My character, I'm just a spontaneous person. That's just what it was. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so at the time in about 2000, it was like I didn't want to go to college. I was kind of tired of school. I did 2 years, and it was like, no, the job base wasn't too good for me. So I seen a commercial, called the number, and there I was in Texas in boot camp.
Did you like it?
Yeah, actually I did. Actually, I had fun. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so in the wintertime it gets to negative 30 degrees. And if you come to a place like Texas where it's 85, I'm all for it.
That's great.
As the world evolved, so did the military training program. The training during the late 18th centuries has evolved to an 8 to 12-week program called basic training. Similar to the late 18th century, basic training gives future soldiers the basic tools necessary to perform the tasks that are asked of them. Basic training taught the soldiers how to shoot, march, and have survival skills. The soldiers are pushed beyond their limits. They learn how to work in team environments to achieve a common goal and improvements in their mental and physical capabilities. These men and women are equipped mentally, physically, and emotionally to serve their country. Basic training teaches soldiers how to get accustomed to the military life. They get accustomed to being told what to do and how to do it, what to eat, what to wear. They are provided with a place to stay and don't have to worry about money while in service.
I would say more support when you get out. Just as much support. Because when you're in it, it's a whole different feeling.
Yeah, you have a lot of support, but whenever you get out, it's not a lot of support.
I mean, even when you have the uniform and you even looked at different through civilians. Everything is different. Police look at you different, it's almost like we brothers. When you have on the uniform, but when you get out and you're just a civilian,
it's different.
It's a very big difference. So I would say just more support outside of there. Give some people some help, because some people don't know where to go. Being a civilian, there's a gray area. Like a lot of things you just don't know. When you're in the military, it's black and white. You either here or you here. There's no in between.
And somebody's
you
telling
know
you
what you gotta do. Exactly. You know what you gotta do. So, yeah.
And so somebody's telling you what to do, telling you what to eat. You're depending slowly on the military. Then they come out and you're like, all right.
Where can I get help from? And a lot of people don't have those resources,
Yeah. And then when we ask somebody, they're busy. They don't want to take time out of their life to help you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have, stuff set up like that. So, yeah, I would say just more support. Like when you get out, someone should have a job just to check on them. Like, hey, how you doing? Need anything? Do you need a job? What area you want to go into? And stuff like that.
The soldiers slowly develop a dependency on the military, which can decrease their chances of becoming independent after the military.
There's a good percentage within Texas of the veteran community. I think the comfort piece comes in veterans having somebody to identify with. I'm what they call a peer support. We got veterans, matter of fact, we're in Houston right now. We have veterans who drive from Beaumont every day just to come to the VA to have coffee with another veteran. You know why? Because that's therapeutic for them. Then they get right back in their car and go back home. Their comfort level is coming to identify with somebody they can, understand beyond just a doctor. it might not mean nothing to us, but it means something to the veteran. You know, no matter what that veteran is dealing with, I have somebody I can identify with that has gone through the same sickness I've been through. So I think that's more the comfort level. And then later on, once they finally get to a provider who they have built a relationship with, then they start opening up a little bit more. We got to take mind, you have veterans from different, I want to say different ages from different times. You have the Vietnam veterans that are still around. You have the Korean conflicts, this and that. So it's a case by case, but the common bond is brotherhood and sisterhood. That's the common bond, being able to have somebody they can identify with. You know, how do I look trying to talk to somebody about what we filming, and I don't know anything about filming other than press and record. You understand what I'm saying? I want to talk to somebody and learn what that is. But if I already have somebody who knows what I'm dealing with, then I'm more apt to opening up to that person.
You know what I mean? Coming to you live from Iraq. I just want to tell everybody I'm doing good, just trying to hold it down. Can't wait to get back to the U.S., you know what I mean, to get back to my life, get back to my daughters, you know what I mean, but I just want to tell everybody thank you for all the support and the messages, the packages.